Hi, guys. So we talked about driving questions and how to create those, but I wanted to take this tutorial a little further to talk about how we can actually create a project. So as I talk through this process, I'm going to be using Stephanie Mentor's PBL Food for Thought. The project is also located in the sample project section, so please take a look at that so that you can see how you could adapt the project to your own classroom and really work through her process. But we'll do that a little here together. I want to start by saying that she does immediately dive into the text and the standards. So she's developing this project from the 7th grade ELA curriculum using the collections textbook. The kids are talking about standards. They're learning standards such as expository writing and central idea. So they start with the Craig Kielburger Works Towards World Peace text. They develop questions about what his central idea is, what is he saying, and that is that children are able to do big things and that they can help make the world that they live in a better place. So as they're thinking through those central ideas, they're thinking about ways that they can work to make their world a better place as well. So in that way, Stephanie actually helps the students to get engaged in the process. And I thought that was a really unique aspect of her design process. The other people that I spoke with, myself included, it was like the project was already designed for the students. And she told me she thought that it would be more engaging if the students actually played a role in helping to design their project and figuring out what it was that they would study and continue to learn about. So that helped with their engagement as well. So as they're reading through this text and talking it over and having their class discussions, she gives them some probing questions about what some community issues are that they are facing. And they come up with this idea that they're learning in science about the value of eating healthy food, but they're noticing that healthy food is very expensive and that it's not always affordable. So she has them consider the average incomes in their community and the average price of food, what's left in the budget, what can you put towards food, and is that enough to buy healthy foods? So the kids do this research, and after they've done that, they come back and they again work together as a whole group to figure out what are some solutions to this problem that we've divulged. So as a solution, they come up as a class with this idea to create a food garden. So they bring in all the stuff. The kids are really excited about this because now they get to do something to actually help facilitate change. So still reconnecting with that Craig Kielburger piece and those central ideas of kids being able to accomplish these monumental things in their world. And it gives them that sense of significance and enthusiasm. So they bring in these buckets to plant food in. They start to bring in all of these products, and on the terrace in the back of her classroom, which was actually the classroom that I got to have this year. So that was really exciting. They planted and built their own food garden. So it was really interesting to see and to talk to her about how engaged these kids were in this process and how invested they were in making sure that they were able to prove that it was possible for you to eat healthy food and have this this luxury even if you didn't make a lot of money. So in that way, I think it's really important to kind of figure out what the kids are interested in. And a lot of times they can go off on their own. And of course, they could have each investigated different things that they thought were important and that they wanted to make a difference about and approached it that way. And there could have been some sense of voice and choice. But Stephanie Mentor does this by having them actually communicate with one another and collaborate to come up with these problems and solutions. So they're still having that same sense of authenticity and student voice and choice as they're figuring out what they're going to inquire about and how they're going to solve those problems. And then towards the end, they come back to this idea of expository writing by now creating the PSA, and you can see her project guidelines and the sample projects as well. But they create the PSA that informs the community about this issue and these solutions that they found. So they're still doing expository writing, they're still learning central ideas, but they're also engaging in inquiry and design. And of course, they're more engaged because they're physically doing something, and they're doing something that feels like it matters, and it's a part of this community that they are a part of. So it feels important to them.